It is Tuesday, March 10th, and we are back to talking about severe weather chances for this evening. Got up extra early for you this morning just to put all the details that I think are going to be relevant to Kansas and Missouri, eastern Kansas and western Missouri specifically, as you know, to give you everything that you need tool-wise to get through the day today and know what time frames to watch, as we do still have our severe weather outlook in place for today. We're talking mostly about this evening. I will show you why that is and what the chances are of what may develop and where. Weather today sponsored by Renee LaRosen at Homeland Realty. If you are looking to buy or sell, meet Renee, your trusted real estate agent at Homeland Realty in Adrian. She brings experience in homes, land, and commercial properties, dedicated to making your real estate journey smooth and successful. 816-215-4746. Check her out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Renee Welliver LaRosen, realtor at Homeland Realty, bringing you severe weather preparation and severe weather coverage tonight. Should we need to go into that, we will be prepared for you. So, current conditions, let's start there right now. We are in the very upper 50s to the mid 60s all the way across the region today. It is 67 this morning at working on 7 a.m. already down in Joplin this morning. It's 64 out in Eureka, and it's 63 degrees over in Clinton. It's going to stay breezy today. It's going to be a warm breeze out of the south-southwest. That's going to wrap in plenty of moisture up in here to the warm sector, which we are in as we talk about severe weather later on today. So let's go ahead and take the temperature data off of here to get started, and I will go through the severe weather threats that we are talking about. First of all of us still in the slight risk area. That's the 2 out of 5. The 3, that orange, picks up here around, looks like it just leaves out Marshall, Glasgow, Huntsville, heads off to the northeast. Parts of northeast Missouri are going to be in that enhanced risk. Few more threats, and conditions are a little bit more favorable headed that direction, but all of us still in the slight risk area today. We'll go ahead and talk about tornadoes. That's the big one. So I want you to pay attention to the hashed brown area here in particular. Conditions become more favorable for tornadoes as we work off to the northeast with the storms I'm going to show you in a little bit. So it's not a zero threat in East Kansas and western Missouri. Just not all of the ingredients are going to be there for it's going to be hard for tornadoes to get started today. So doesn't mean that they cannot. Doesn't mean that we just couldn't have one that punches through and stumbles into an area where those conditions are a little bit more favorable. It would take a lot for those to get going today. So we're going to be a little bit less concerned about that, but we're still going to be vigilant today. So what are we most likely in for? This is very similar to last time. Here is your wind risk area all across the area. No matter what develops today, everything has the potential to bring strong, damaging winds, as well as hail. I think wind and hail, in fact, are our predominant threats that we will be talking about as we move through the day today. So let's jump over and take a look at the latest model data. So this afternoon, when we're watching to see if it's sunny again, I think it will be sunny. I think there will be puffy cumulus clouds out and about and plenty of sunshine. But the area actually still is going to stay very well capped this afternoon. We have a strong cap that's going to, I think, hold this afternoon. I would put money on it holding this afternoon, but I wouldn't rule out that 1 or 2 little small discrete thunderstorms punch through or able to get going. But it seems pretty unlikely. So we have a strong cap, so we're going to stay weather aware after about 3 p.m., but it's possible, if not even likely, that we don't even see anything until a little bit later on. So here we are at about 7 p.m. when I think things will start to develop. I'll just kind of show you regionally here. We're talking about along the I-35 corridor. We're talking about Wichita all the way up through possibly east central Kansas, although data not showing anything yet. It is very possible. Again, this is about 6 to 7 p.m. And data says that we will start to see some storm initiation out here in east central Kansas. This could be Cass County, Harrisonville, Archie, out towards Holden and Warrensburg area as well. So this is going to be about 6 to 7 p.m. as well. So we're staying, again, vigilant after about 3 p.m. for anything that possibly develops. But as we get towards 6 and 7, I think this is when we are likely to see activity. So if I go up to 8 p.m., we should start to see storm organization. And what has changed since yesterday is that this is cold front storms pressing in. And yesterday I actually said in a post that I really thought things might stay up here around the I-70 corridor. So the big change in today's forecast is that front is going to push a little bit further to the south, and it's going to go a little bit faster than we've been talking about for the last couple days as well. So further south. So this is really the same development that I was showing yesterday, but we think the front will now come in a little bit to the south. So from El Dorado to Eureka to Garnett, this is about 8 p.m. So all through east central Kansas, we're talking about these smaller cells. They may start to organize like what we see here because of what the front provides and gives it to work with. So if we have those small discrete cells, especially ones out in front of the front, not really looking for those today. Can't say it won't happen, but I don't think we'll quite see that today. I think we'll see storms organized in something like you see here along the front. And so potential threats here are strong damaging winds and large hail. So we keep that all the way through. If storms develop in the afternoon, very large hail for sure. If storms develop more like this, we still have hail, but they're moving a little bit faster and also strong damaging winds. Cannot rule out a brief spin up tornado in an orientation like this as well, but as you can tell, it's not our predominant threat. So as we go through the evening, here we are at about 9 p.m. I think we'll see widespread scattered showers and thunderstorms. Here we are by about 10, so you can see that this front just sort of sags out across east central Kansas, west central Missouri. So really from I-70 all the way down probably to the Eldo area is what we'll be talking about this evening. And so this is between 10 and 11 that I am up to now. So by 11 to midnight, we should start to settle out to mostly rain. So you're noticing that we have some pockets of heavier rainfall, but as we get toward midnight, everything should finally start to move off midnight 1 a.m. To the east southeast. So what has changed, right? That's the bottom line. I'm going to back this up a little bit so that you guys can see. I'm expecting storms in east central Kansas and west central Missouri. That is a southern shift, but I'm expecting things to move through a little bit quicker, and we may be done with heavy thunderstorms by 11 or midnight, depending where you are, of course. And then tomorrow morning, we have some straggling showers probably behind this front, keeping that rainfall going. So talking about rainfall, let's move back over here and take a look at rainfall, and you will not be surprised based on what I just showed you that activity has shifted to the south, so has expected rain totals. So we're up to between half an inch and an inch well south of I-70 now. So this has just moved quite a few miles to the south, actually. So we'll start up in the Kansas City area and see anywhere from half an inch on up to maybe 8 or 9/10 of an inch. As we get down here to, it's like Harrisonville, Warrensburg, isn't it? That's where we may start to approach 1 inch. Because this front is moving through a little bit quicker, we reduce the possibility for training, which is storms that repeatedly find an area and they linger, and it sends those rain totals up really fast. We start to talk about flooding issues. Not so much, I think, tonight. There could certainly be in some low-lying areas, but as far as a cold front storm goes, this is actually moving through fairly quickly. So out here in west central Missouri, we're anywhere from 8/10 of an inch with some pockets of an inch or more, depending how long those thunderstorms hang out. So between, say, Rich Hill and Nevada here, we have some areas that are flood prone. This could be up to an inch around that of potential precipitation this evening. So that's what you got in showers and thunderstorms coming your way tonight. Here is your updated 10-day forecast. Another great one today. We're going to be up in the 80s for most of the area. In fact, I think we'll all see 80 degrees today with that warm southwesterly breeze. And then we drop down into the mid 50s or so for tomorrow, which is going to feel like quite a change once again. But 'tis the season. We slowly build back up to about 74 degrees for Saturday, drop back down Saturday into Sunday. I'll pay attention to that cold front in our next live stream as well. So we'll be talking about that one. So that is what I see for the foreseeable future. I'm going to start watching things tonight. As you guys know, do have 2 radar systems that I use. One investigates each storm in great detail. We can talk about the exact hail size as measured by radar. We can actually predict the maximum hail size. If a storm is headed your direction, that is information you like to know, what is in the storm and what is possible in this particular storm. So that radar system gives me incredible detail and also has algorithms that spot spinning much quicker than the eye can sometimes. Gets me and you things to pay attention to. So that's one system. The other, I can actually go street level radar, and I can name, you guys have seen me do it, exact streets, highways, areas of impact and give you some time data for that as well. So both systems are ready to go tonight. I will switch back and forth between both as needed if we need to do that. So again, stay weather aware after 3 p.m. I will be watching here with you, and I'll be talking to you later. See ya.